Thank you so much for attending my presentation about Pachirisu won Worlds and why it hurt competitive Pokemon's perception, and these slides are made live on my stream with help from my YouTube chat, so if stuff looks a little bit off, that's why. Pachirisu was unassuming at first glance, second glance, and even third glance. Those stats, to be frank, suck ass. It's not fast, strong, or bulky. Thankfully, its move pool and ability can help. Pachi has access to Follow Me, one of the best moves in doubles, which allows it to redirect attacks away from its partners. This is made even better by Volt Absorb, taking electric attacks with ease. Of course, Pachi also has Nuzzle for guaranteed paralysis and Super Fang for consistent damage. So how did it work in a metagame with Megas running around? Well, it really comes down to Follow Me, which exerts a ton of pressure on each game. In his team report, Sage Park, the World's winner, describes how because of Volt Absorb and Follow Me, opponents almost never actually use their electric attacks. This lets it chip stuff down for its teammates to Super Fang and spread paralysis, which is where it really shines. With max HP and max defense investment, Pachirisu was barely able to handle even the lower powered 2014 format, but it handled it nonetheless. Its few strong traits came together in every way to make it one of the best meta calls of all time. Before we get into why it changed how people see VGC, we first need to examine the relationship between casual and competitive players. At their core, the two groups have very different ways of playing the game. Casual players want to use the Pokemon that they like, and competitive players want to use what helps them win. This is not a bad thing. Pokemon is a game where you're free to use what you like, that's part of the appeal. But if you've played competitive Pokemon before, you've likely seen posts from casual players using the Karen quote, which is a complete misinterpretation. Karen isn't trying to shit on competitive metagames, which were almost completely non-existent at the time. She's shitting on Silver, who blames his Pokemon for his losses. Unfortunately, people see this as her directly telling competitive players that they're all stupid for using good stuff. This oftentimes comes from a place of frustration as they can't use their favorite Pokemon well in the higher tiers. And now we get to the Pachirisu effect. When people saw that Pachirisu won, they felt like their feelings about Pokemon were vindicated in some way. They failed to see that Pachirisu wasn't Sajin's favorite Pokemon, and that's not why he used it. He used it because it would help him win. But unfortunately, this was seen as someone becoming the best player in the world just by using their favorites, which isn't a reasonable expectation. If you want to use your favorites, that's fine. Hell, I used Clodsire in VGC for about 9 months straight because he's my little dude, even when the metagame wasn't exactly friendly to it. But I also knew going in that using Clodsire would hurt my chances of winning. I knew that it's a competitive game and people are going to use the strongest meta Pokemon. That's totally okay. If you want to use your favorites, do it. That's awesome. But don't harp on people that play the competitive game competitively. In conclusion, Pachirisu's World's winning story is absolutely fantastic and a true stroke of genius from Sage Park. Sadly, it's been completely misunderstood and turned on its head, taking the attention that Sage Park should have had away. Thank you so much for watching.